is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Hello, good evening. It is Saturday night at 10 p.m. in the Pacific. So, magandang gabi. Good evening to everybody. And if you're watching from the Philippines, it is Sunday at 1 p.m. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Magandang tanghali o magandang hapon. And those people watching us in different parts of the world, magandang aga, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And we're hoping you're having a wonderful day and a very blessed day. And those people naman po that will be watching this on replay, happy viewing sa inyong lahat. Before we start, this is a very interesting topic kasi alam po po, a lot of people are going through that and this is timely. So all those viewers and listeners, this will be interesting. So I need all your help. So anyway, live na live po kami ngayon sa PHLV Facebook page as well as PHLV YouTube channel, PHLV Radio YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Please do watch, subscribe, or share, share, and subscribe so you won't miss any of the PHLV Radio shows. Now, also, if you have Alexa, all you have to do is say, Alexa, play PHLV Radio. And if you do have Amazon Fire TV, all you have to do is look for the Amazon Fire. You look for us at PHLV Radio channel. Those people watching us through podcast edition or audio streaming, we are readily available on different podcasts, namely Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Again, like what I said earlier, if you missed any of the shows, no problem, no worries at all. You could always check us out on our website at www.phlbradio.com, or you could easily go to our website, YouTube channel as phlbradio.com. Ganun po simple, so you won't miss any of the shows. This is so exciting! Talagang so timely. Si Marcos is watching. Oh, another Marcos is watching. Okay. Ito po yung topic natin for today. Those people watching in the Philippines, 8 days to go and the election. So, sabi nga po, to exercise your right. Marami pong ganap before nakakaboto na ang mga tao. So, this is a timely election. It's going to be national election for presidency as well as vice presidency, and then also as well as 12 senators that will be moving into the next Congress. Kasi there's 24 senators po in the Philippines, unlike in the States. But every election nagpapalit po yung 12. So there's like 60 plus people vying for that 12 magic spots. So it is in your hand to make this decision. And also don't forget the party list. I was informed that for the party list, there's a gazillions of party lists, like over almost close to 200 party lists, and only 66 seats po ang available. So yon, pukpukan. And I was told also to vote, you are only allowed to select one party list. Hindi po parang mga senators, you have 12 slots. Ito po parang national presidency and as well as vice president, isa lang po ang pwede niyong botohin for the party list. So hopefully, especially yung mga dual citizens dyan, you are allowed to exercise. Hopefully, you registered a couple of months ago or a couple of years ago para mapasama kayo, because your vote is important and it's really for the future, not only for the country, for the children as well as for the country of the Philippines. So exercise your rights, guys. May 9, yun po ang election day dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, now ito po yung ating topic for today. So those people watching us already, good morning to everybody. Adele Ordinario, I need your help on this one, Adele. Adele is watching from Long Beach, California. How are you, Adele? And thank you for your your continued support and endless or unceasing support of the show. Okay, let's start na. Ang topic po today, we titled it, My Boss from Hell, o ang aking boss na galing impyerno. Yon. Sabi niya, to start with, Dear Kuya Josh, Ate Jen, good day po sa inyong dalawa. More power po sa show ninyo. We look forward to your weekly show. Super saya kami sa show ninyo and lots of lessons to be learned. Salamat po. Ako po si Agot, 45 years old, married with one son. Kuya Josh, Ate Jen, I wrote to you to seek some advice and opinions on what I should do or we should do about our division's director. So director po ng kanilang division or kanilang departamento. She is evil personified. Kuya Josh, Ate Jen, sobra siyang mag-power trip. Feeling niya, boss siya 24/7, 365 days a year. Marami na siyang pinahirapan at pinahihirapan pa sa aming division. Feeling niya, untouchable siya dahil matagal na siya sa company. The company naman ay known na they do not fire people unless ang crimes or errors committed are beyond repair. Many of the employees left because of her. Sadly, they left na lang kahit majority of them were excellent employees. They left because of her. We, the employees who are still in the division, are sad because none of these employees who left said anything about her during their exit interviews. It is an open secret naman that isa siyang malaking bitchera. Grabe siya, Kuya Josh, Ate Jen. Kung mag-utos at manigaw, wagas. She would belittle you in front of your peers. Kung ipahiya at sigawan niya ang mga empleyado sa harap ng mga kasamang empleyado, super wagas. She would make you feel tanga, walang common sense. Para siya lang ang matalino at magaling. Kuya Josh, Ate Jen, lahat kami hirap na sa kanyang management style at kung style nga ba yon. Our morale is super low na. Naging madasalin kami because of her. We pray na malipat na siya sa ibang division at mag-resign. Kuya Josh, Ate Jen, iba siya. Wala siyang respeto sa feelings mo. She became even worse during this pandemic. She would always threaten us about losing our jobs. Imagine mo naman, she would still do that threats, pandemya na nga, nananakot pa na pwede kaming mawalan ng trabaho. Super stressful talaga siya, Kuya Josh, Ate Jen. The whole environment sa work is so stressful. She does not really work but would always pass her work to us. Work nga niya, report niya sa management, mga tao niya ang gumagawa. But she would always get the credit sa work naman o sa work namin. She would always get the credit sa work namin. Mga trabahong hindi niya pinaghirapan, mga report na hindi siya ang sumulat. She has to this day to this day thank us for the hard work we put in. The way we look at it, lagi siya me, myself, and I. Marami na siyang napaiyak sa office. She has this way of making you feel super inadequate being an employee. Kung mag-alipusta siya sa amin, feeling niya, siya lang ang magaling, pero wag ka. Super weak siya sa financials. Ang hina niya kaya sa accounting. Dami siyang di alam when it comes to financials. Bopol nga siya. Parang simple math, hindi niya alam. Financials pa kaya? Ang alam lang niya magpa-cute at feeling intelligent. Kung walang gumagawa ng work niya at reports niya sa mga sa mga subordinates niya, for sure, tepok siya. Kaya pagkausap niya ang mga may-ari ng company, tiklop siya at laging takot. Nauutal pa nga siya pag tinatanong siya sa mga bagay-bagay tungkol sa opisina. Hay nako, Kuya Josh, pagbalik niya sa division after meeting with the owners, sa amin niya binubuhos ang inis niya dahil napahiya siya sa mga tulad niyang division heads. Alam mo ba, the feelings of resentment pero nagtitiis ka? Na dahil sa few options, opportunities available, pikit mata ka na lang, panay deep breath, deep breathing na lang ka na lang. Panay sabi mo sa sarili mo, Lord, magtatapos o matatapos o patapos na ba ang sitwasyon na ito? Bukas, laging may pag-asa ang paulit-ulit na sinasabi ko sa sarili ko para lang I can go on with the work situation. At that moment, lahat kami super plastic sa kanya dahil she holds our promotions. She has this habit of retaliation. So work evaluation kanya titirahin because she has that power to promote you, to rate you, and to make your life miserable. Kuya Josh, Ate Jen, lahat kami gustong mag-quit na. Pero with the current situation ngayon, hinay-hinay muna kami dahil mahirap mawala ng work sa panahong ito. Marami na ang nag-quit at nagbabalak pang mag-quit dahil sa kanya. Panay ang prayers namin sa aming hiling o petition for her to leave the department. Majority nga sa amin natutong magnovena para lang magbagos na siya at umalis na siya. Wala siyang malasakit sa welfare namin, Kuya Josh, Ate Jen. All she wants is to look good sa owners regardless of how treated us. She is the worst ever boss. She is the worst boss ever. Kaya nga, we said na she is from hell because she makes us feel na we are in hell sa mga ginagawa niya sa amin. Minsan tuloy, we question why parang protected siya ni Lord sa mga kasamaan niya. Bakit our prayers are not being heard? Super tagal na nga kami nagpe-pray for her to leave the division or to change her ways para maging better boss siya or mag-quit na lang para no effect pero no effect at parang no effect ang lahat ng prayers namin. Ako, I cannot leave because I have been working for the company for so many years. So dami ko na rin namang emotional investment sa kumpanya. Decided na nga ako na mag-retire sa kumpanyang ito. I pray na maging maayos ang lahat ng kanyang pakikitungo sa amin. She should be motivating and inspiring so we would be keener in giving our best customer service. Kuya Josh, Ate Jen, what do you think we should do? Hanggang kailan kaya siya magiging boss from hell? Yours truly, Agot. Yun. Sabi ni Adele, good evening everyone. Good afternoon to you. Ayan, sa mga iba. Ito yung topic natin. So yung mga nakikinig dyan o makikinig o nanonood, magbigay lang po kayo ng inyong opinion, advice, kuro-kuro para kay Agot. Kung anong gagawin niya dito sa kanyang babaeng boss na sa tinagurian nilang boss from hell. Let's himay-himayin natin ang kanyang sulat or ang kanyang email. Okay. Unang-una, maraming salamat sa continuous na panonood mo sa show at sinabi mo nga na maganda yung show at marami kang natututunan. Maraming salamat po sa iyong comment. Tapos sabi niya, itong boss daw niya, hindi niya pinangalanan, ay isang siya yung evil. Sabi nga, betchera. Betchera is a term na ginagamit sa mga salitang synonymous sa witch, okay? O parang ganoon, betchera. Sobra raw mag-power trip at parang feeling nila boss ng siya between 24/7. Alam mo yun ang napansin ko din eh. If you have stayed or you are visiting the Philippines, parang ang mga may kapangyarihan o mga kunyari boss, manager, kunyari, kahit mga amo, parang 24/7 silang feel na feel nila na boss sila. Kasi 'di ba sa Amerika dito sa States, ang boss only is between the office hours. Meaning, for example, if you're called sir or ma'am in the company, first thing nga in the States, 'di ba, we all know we don't even use sir or ma'am. Pero in the Philippines, sanay sila sa either sir or ma'am at parang if you like sa US or sa other countries, we don't even address them sir or ma'am. Pero in the Philippines, iba yun. Parang yung title na yun, it goes with you. Tapos, di ba, especially yung mga nakikinig or mga Filipinos abroad, we don't call our bosses sir or ma'am unless they're doctors. We give them the title doctors or attorney. But normally, sa work environment, it is always the first name lang. Okay? Or, worst scenario, or not worst scenario, but some scenarios, Mr. Kunya, Mr. Andowit, Mr. James, Mr. Josh, or Mr. Jones, Mr. Clark, mga things like that. Pero hindi siya sir. But in the Philippines, pag tinawag kang sir, that, parang ang connotation nun, sir ka kahit magkita kayo sa mall, kahit magkita kayo sa restaurant. And these are after hours. Pero parang yung title na naka-print na sa utak ng mga subordinates or employees na si sir ay sir 24/7. Okay? 365 days a year. Sabi nga niya, marami nang napahirapan si boss o itong kanyang lady boss. Parang kasi matagal na pala siya nagtatrabaho, yung boss, si lady boss. So feeling daw ni lady boss untouchable. Aba, well, talaga, may ganun pala no, na untouchable sa. Tapos yung kumpanya naman kanina pinapasukan, it's well known na hindi nagfa-fire, hindi nagsisisante ng mga employee because may ginawang kasalanan o may ginawang kapalpakan. It has to be very, very heavy na para matanggal ka sa trabaho. Siguro fraud, pagnanakaw, o things na talagang kasuklam-suklam, kumbaga. Maraming employees na raw nag-quit, umalis, kahit magagaling. Sabi ni Adel Ordinario, napakataas ng tingin ng boss niya sa self niya. Power tripping talaga. Adel, totoo yung sinabi nga nitong si Agot, super power tripping, super taas. Di ba, minsan nga, di ba, pag nakakakita tayong mga tao, yung mga paa nila, feeling nila hindi na nakatungtong sa lupa, di ba? Hindi nila naiintindihan, boss ka lang, may title ka lang, may maganda ka lang sweldo, pero at the end of the day, empleyado ko pa rin ng kumpanya, answerable ka pa rin dun sa may-ari ng kumpanya. So technically, sabi ko nga minsan nagamit ko yun you're only an employee with a title. So wag ka magmalaki kung sino ka man. Nakakairita, di ba? Okay. Yun nga daw, marami na raw umalis na mga empleyado na magagaling dahil nga hindi matake ang ugali nitong si lady boss. Okay? Tapos sobrang magpaiyak, mag-utos, wagas daw. Doon sa mga hindi nakakaintindi, those people who doesn't understand wagas, meaning parang talagang wagas in the expression that they use in the Philippines parang grabe, ganon. O parang wow, parang unbelievable, unimaginable, kumbaga sa States. Okay? Tapos yun parang hindi ko nagustuhan yung sinabi na parang itong lady boss na to, parang ang treatment niya sa mga empleyado, inept sila, meaning incompetent, tapos tanga is the word that to use at walang common sense. Uy, masakit yun kasi to be called tanga, parang ikaw lang ang pinakamatalino, ikaw lang ang may college degree, ikaw lang ang pinagpala. Unang-una, to say tanga to somebody, hindi yan nasusukat ng isang pagkakamali. Ang tanga kasi, pag sabi mong tanga, ibig sabihin, bobo. Wala namang taong bobo, medyo mahina lang siguro. Mahina lang ang pagkaintindi. Pero to be employed sa isang posisyon, at lalo na respeto. I think that's what the big thing that I would say for this word, na take away word natin, is respect. Dapat may respeto itong si lady boss sa mga empleyado niya. Kasi boss siya. Being a boss, you are supposed to be the role model. You should be the kumbaga, ikaw yung tumatayong gabay. Ikaw yung guide And you should be more inspiring, motivating empleyado mo. Kasi kumbaga sa pamilya, ikaw yung head. So being the head, ikaw yung talagang guide nila, ikaw yung sandalan, ikaw yung wall, ikaw yung tagapagtanggol nila. Kasi ikaw nga yung boss eh. And for you, or for you lady boss to or make anybody feel stupid or tanga at walang common sense, parang hindi naman yata tama yon. Okay? And besides, you should never, okay? Me as an owner too of a business, and people also that I normally engage, you will never correct, never kang mag-correct, never kang sumisitahin in front of their peers. Kasi nakakawalang respeto yon. Nakakainis yun kapag sinasabihan ka at pinapahiya ka o pinapagalitan ka in front ng mga kasamahan nila. Ilagay mo yung sarili mo sa posisyon ng empleyado o ng subordinate mo. Ikaw ba gusto mong maipahiya ng may-ari ng kumpanya? Gusto mo bang mapagsabihan kahit sa yung personal relationship na, uy, mali ka? Di ba mas maganda at mas appreciative kapag kinorek ka kung kayong dalawa lang? O siguro ang dapat gawin ni Lady Boss, kung merong pagkakamali ang isang empleyado, sabi nga ni Agot, dapat invite niya doon sa opisina o kaya mag-coffee sila at sabihin, oy, empleyado 1, meron kang kapalpakan na nagawa. Ang dapat positioning mo doon is always as a lady or boss is how to make the things better. How improve the situation. Nagkamali na nga empleyado eh. Bakit ididik? And I would suggest ways to correct it, ways to make it better. Kasi ipahiya mo, parang, 'di ba, parang especially if you are from the Filipino culture, ayaw natin napapahiya. Ayaw natin napapagsabihan in front of other people. Mas effective pa 'yan na sabihan mo siya, correctin mo yung kanyang behavior kapag kayong dalawa na lang. You know, worst scenario, bigyan mo siya ng una pagsabihan mo, pag nangyari ulit pangalawang beses, kumbaga verbal warning tapos written warning na. Kapag paulit-ulit yung error o yung mistakes. Other than that, kung hindi naman ito super mali, pwede naman i-correct, pwede naman i-tweak. You don't have naman to call that person names. Lalo na sabihin sa isang tao na tanga or walang common sense. Okay, sabi nga ni Agot, yun nga, ang kanilang moral is so low. Masyadong mababa yung kanilang nararamdaman when it comes to the office work. Parang plastikan na lang daw ang nangyayari dahil nga natatakot sila dahil syempre si Lady Boss, siya yung responsible for promotions, for mga ratings, mga job evaluation, at doon daw gumagante si Lady Boss kapag pwedeng ibabaan ng score mo na mag-a-affect sa yung increases. Okay? Ang nakakatuwa lang dito sa letter na to, natuto sila raw magdasal. Natuto raw yung iba na magnovena. Pero ang nakakatuwa, ang novena nila is either maging magbuting boss si Lady Boss o maging kapitapitagang leader si Lady Boss o umalis o lumipat ng division o mag-resign. O di ba, ang kanilang intentions o hiling, it's kinda parang talagang alam mong serious kasi di ba pag novena ka, that's for the Catholic world. Novena is something that you do kasi talagang urgent yung iyong hiling. Urgent yung talagang yung pangangailangan. Okay? Tapos sabi niya, yun, nabanggit niya, iba siya, Kuya Josh, sabi niya, wala siyang respeto sa feelings. Hopefully, Agots, hopefully the Lady Boss would stumble upon this show para marinig niya. Kasi minsan alam mo, minsan they are really into themselves and to their roles na sometimes they forget or they tend to overlook na somewhere, sometime, somehow, they became employees too. Hindi naman sila pinanganak na boss agad, no? Hindi naman sila pinanganak na sila agad ang boss with subordinates. Unless, of course, magulang mo ang nagsimula ng kumpanya tapos nag-take over ka na lang. Kumbaga business owner. Then that's a possibility na nung sa iyong kamulatan, boss ka na. Pero kung boss ka ng kumpanya, you got to remember, lady boss, ano ka lang, empleyado ka lang with the title. Hindi pa rin sa iyong kumpanya. Answerable ka pa rin sa boss, sa may-ari. So until naging may-ari ka ng kumpanya, empleyado ko pa rin. Nagkataon lang, medyo angat ka. So that being said, hindi yun ang para isaksak mo sa utak mo na hindi ka na nakalapat sa lupa. Hindi ka na nakatungtong sa ground. Kasi at the end of the day, sabi nga, mahirap masyadong mataas ang lipad. Baka pagbaksak, galapak. Okay? So yun ang lagi kong nilagay. Tapos sa biblical naman, sinasabi nga, ingat-ingat tayo. Be humble. Be humble. You don't want God to humble you. You got to remember, lady boss, kung nasaan ka man ngayon, kung ano man narating mo o estado mo sa kumpanya, sa yung company you're working for or you're working with, that is a blessing and you should be grateful for that. Pahiram lang yan sa'yo. Pwede kang pitikin. Pag pinitik ka, tepok, balik ka uli sa pagiging empleyado. Paano kung magbaliktad ang panahon? Sabi nga nila, reversal of fortune. Ang nangyari, ikaw ang empleyado, yung empleyado mo dati naging boss mo. O paano na yan? O diba? Sabi, life is a cycle. Bilog ang mundo. Sabi nga in Filipino, bilog ang mundo. Hindi lagi ka nasa taas. Minsan, nasa baba ka rin. Paano gagawin mo pag dumating yung panahon, lady boss, na ikaw naman ang empleyado, nagkabaliktad, natanggal ka, nag-resign ka, wala kang nahanap na trabaho, simula ka uli sa umpisa. Yung mga taong umalis sa'yo na pahirapan mo, hindi mo alam where they are right now. You don't know where their positions are in different companies. What if by nature or sabi nga freak of nature o talagang hindi sinasadya, talagang tinadhana na sila naman ang maging boss mo? Paano na? So, di ba? Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Golden rule, sabi nga lagi ni Ate Jen. Imagine that, reversal of fortune, ikaw naman ang naging empleyado. How would you feel to be treated like that? Parang walang respeto, walang pagpahalaga sa posisyon ng mga empleyado, sa karapatan, at the same time sa kanilang kalagayan at mga nararamdaman ng feelings. Di ba? Ang pangit naman yun. Okay, si Roy Nick Hernandez is watching. Hi, Roy Nick. Or Odessa. Edgardo Entradicho. Hey, Edgardo or Eduardo. Or sana si Edgardo po, si Eddie po ay nakagat ng pusa. So, hopefully magaling na siya. I heard na nakagat siya ng pusa na may sting. So hopefully, hindi naman maging serious and we'll pray for that. So if you remember, i-pray po natin. Si Paul! Okay, si Paul. Paul is watching us from Oahu, Hawaii. Hi, Paul. Alimbuyaw. Sabi nga niya, criticize in private and give praise in public. Oh, I like that. Alam mo, tamang-tama yan. Totoo yan. Pag i-praise mo sila, ipapagbunyi mo, o ipapat mo sila sa back, do it in public. Tamang-tama, 100% Paul. Pero when you criticize, do it privately. Mas magiging maganda ang samahan nyo. The employees will have better respect for you, lady boss, if you do that. So remember that. That's a good thing to remember. Criticize in private and give praise in public. Kasi ang ganda, 'di ba? Lahat naman tayo, let's face it, gusto nating napupuri. We want the good words said to us in public, and that's human nature. Pero kung pupunahin mo and you're gonna be reprimanded, do it privately. Kasi parang ang pangit naman no na naririnig ng mga co-employees ni Agot na kinokorek siya at may mga sinasabing hindi maganda at sana tungkol lang sa trabaho at walang personalan. I always tell people, especially supervisors, managers, and even owners and business owners, as well as managers and bosses, always respect the employees. Remember, you were once an employee too, and you got to remember there's always a possibility you will become an employee again. So the respect is important. Whatever power you have right now, it is only a borrowed time. Kasi until you are a business owner, technically you are just an employee with a title. At siguro comes with a title is a salary. Pero empleyado ka pa rin. Like what I said earlier, hindi pa rin ikaw ang may-ari ng kumpanya. So wag masyadong mataas ang lipad. Baka pagbaksak, lagapak. Okay. Naawa ko kay Agot kasi sabi nga niya, super stressful ang work environment mo. Tapos, ang nakakasakit din kasi, yung mga lumipat. And I always tell people, kasi di ba, if you're working for a big company, if you, especially companies, whether in the US or in any parts of the world, Philippines included, laging may exit interview unless you quit and nag-walk out ka lang. And then that's what we call a wall, di ba? Parang nag-resign ka na nag-walk out ka lang. But normally, there's an exit interview. Exit interview is very important for the company to know what if there's anything or if any issue, so they could address that diligently. So they could correct a behavior if it's necessary. And so they could launch an investigation so they could correct. And imagine kung hindi nasasabi yung mga fault ni Blady Boss at hindi nakakarating sa management, and then parang, di ba, you will be in that stressful situation until you retire. So dapat talaga maglakas loob to make sure that the issues, concerns, at yung mga kaganapan sa division nyo ay nakakarating talaga sa pagkauukulan. Meaning to the people, the upper management or the upper echelon. Because kung sa inyo lang, dinidibdib nyo lang, kayo lang nag-uusap nito, you're not doing anything. I mean, this is a free country. It's a democratic country. So all you need to do is really voice out what, as long as it's documented and you could support it with incidents and facts, I think it's the company's owner would listen. Like ako, I'd like to know if there's any issue with, say, a client. I would like to know if there's any issue with co-employees or there's an issue with how things are run, whether constructive or a complaint. Okay lang yan kasi that's how we could improve and make our companies better. We could improve and sanitize the situation. At the same time, it is a way of changing things around for the better. Yun. Oh, happy view. Dr. Edwin Fortuno. Hi, Doc. How are you? Edwin Fortuno is the owner of Q11 or Q11 Private Estate located in Tanay, hindi po Panay, Tanay, Rizal. It's a getaway place, kumbaga. Super ganda. One of these days, I will feature them. I will guest them para makita natin ang mga things that he had made, him and his team, to make Q11 Private Estate the vacation getaway of choice. Yan. Para i-feature din natin, para alam ko a lot of you are curious on yung mga binabanggit kong mga lugar. We'll definitely make sure na i-cover natin and we'll guest si Dr. Edwin Fortuno in one of the shows so we could showcase the beautiful Q11 Private Estate, formerly known as Calmara. Okay. To go back, let's go back kay Agot. So sabi niya, yun nga raw, ito pa nakakatawa. Imagine mo yung boss, kung totoo to hindi, di ba, kahit naman boss ka, kahit may-ari ka, that's why we hire good people, that's why we engage excellent people, kasi hindi naman tayo master of everything. We're not perfect, we are not good in everything, okay? So that's why we hire an accountant, we hire lawyers, we hire private counsels, we hire mga different specialized people in our company na good at the job that they do or the function or the tasks that they are assigned. Why? Because you cannot do it everything. Why? Because there's other better than you. Why? Because there's people who specialize in doing the job. So the most important is to be able to understand the overall picture of the health and the operation of the company. Okay, like in this case, ang revelation ni Agot, mahina pala sa financials si Lady Boss. Meaning, yung mga reports niya for management, yung mga computations niya, kumbaga, ang mga subordinates ang gumagawa. Which is common naman. There's nothing wrong to that. Ang tawag po doon ay delegation. Pero ang nagkakaproblema dyan, kapag yung delegation is hindi na siya delegation, but yung mismong subordinate ang gumagawa mismo. Meaning the delegation becomes a command to do the work that was really tasked to the Lady Boss. Doon po nagkakaroon ng problema kasi ang nagiging palabas ni Lady Boss, siya yung gumawa ng report. Kaya nga, pagdating ng kumbaga open exchange or discussion with the owners, wala siyang masagot. Paano niya masasagot? Hindi naman siya ang gumawa ng report. Paano niya masasagot or he can justify simply because she was not the one who created, wrote, and made all those critical decisions and reports regarding that document submitted to management. So yun, doon po nagkakaproblema. At and I know there's some people, I know personal people like that too. And every time I have a chance, I always tell them, you know, at the end of the day, mahalin mo empleyado mo. Love your employees or your front people kasi they are the one, kumbaga, sila yung window to the company. Kasi like, kunyari, nasa customer service ka, it is important na ikaw, yung mga tao mo, yung mga frontliners mo, kumbaga, would be your extension. Hindi mo naman kasi as the owner, hindi mo naman yan lahat makikita, makakausap, but your frontliners, your front people are your gatekeeper na nagbabantay ng kumpanya, and they should be the one and able to represent the goodness of the company and the reputation of the company. Kaya naman po dito sa mga groups of employees, companies would normally hire supervisors, then after supervisors, managers, and then department or division heads. And this, so like yung just the hierarchy, the employees report to the supervisor if there's one, and if there's no supervisor, they report to the manager. And if there is a supervisor and there's not only one of them, there's a couple of supervisors, may manager dyan, and the manager reports to the division head. Parang yun po yung hierarchy of the business world for companies. Si Desi Santos is watching. Hi Des, how are you? Hopefully you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Yun. So yun po, importante po yun na nalalaman natin ang mga bagay-bagay sa opisina, and that's why managers and supervisor are hired. Kasi po hindi kaya lahat ng owner to be in all places at all time or in all parts of the company at all time. Kaya yung mga supervisor, manager, at saka mga bosses po ang nagiging ears and eyes ng owners. And sadly, may mga tao rin po kasi na mga bosses that I know, they will sugarcoat, pinapaganda po nila yung mga reports nila, and it would not reflect talaga the true essence, the true health, the true stage of, say, the workload or how the service delivery is about ng kumpanya, kung sinu-sugarcoat po. Meaning, kung may problema pala dun sa division na yon, Lady Boss will cover it up kasi ayaw niyang mapahiya, ayaw niyang mapuna, ayaw niyang ma-criticize ng owner of the company. Okay. Tapos to continue, ito pa, meron pa siyang sinabi. Ang nakakaaliw, sabi nga niya, di ba, pag nagmi-meeting daw, yun, para pag nasabon naman si Lady Boss, igaganti niya o sila naman ang sasabunin. Mali po yun, Lady Boss. Kasi at the end of the day, you were, well, I should not use the word scolded, but you were not even exposed. You were told siguro na-criticize yung report mo na hindi mo pala ginawa. So what you need to do is understand. Wag nang panay pakyut. Ang sabi nga ni Agot, stop being pakyut-pakyut kasi at the end of the day, importante yan, trabaho yan eh. Okay, you were paid, you were given the title, you were given that salary for you to perform your job, for you to perform the tasks that are part of the function that you were hired for or you were engaged. Okay, and part of that is customer relations, part of that's employee relation. It's not enough lang na ang alam mo is mag-evaluate lang na employee. It is important also the treatment that you do to them or with them with respect. Okay. Tapos, lady boss, yung pag-retaliate mo sa mga evaluation, wag naman. Kasi mali naman yun. Power tripping ka. Sabi nga ni Adele Ordinario of Long Beach, wag naman masyadong power tripping. Kasi, di ba, yung power tripping, minsan nakaka-brown out din. Baka mamaya not only brown out, mag-blackout pa. Meaning, masipa ka sa kumpanya. You know, I always believe there's no forever. No such thing as forever. Maybe in love, yes. But when it comes to employment or yung mga work-related, there's no such thing as forever. Minsan, we leave a company for greener pasture. We leave for higher salary. We leave for a career move or career improvement. Yung mga things like that. So there's no such thing as forever. Now, lady boss, I know one of these days and I pray and I hope that mabalita mo itong show namin at kahit pa paano, magbukas ang utak mo, magbukas ang isip mo, magbukas ang damdamin mo, ang puso mo, at ang feelings mo, and you will have your own introspection and you would be able to analyze. Sabi ko nga, I always tell people, look yourself in the mirror and tell them what you see. Kasi minsan, we get caught up in our own world, in our own trials, in our own problems, that we forget, not intentionally, but we forget na hindi umiikot ang mundo sa atin. We are just part of the bigger picture. We are just part of something greater than us. So yung me, I, and myself, alisin na natin yan, lady boss. You are part of a team. Sabi nga, and we used that before, wala pong letter I sa word na team. Ang team po ay T as in Tango, E as in Edgar, A as in Apple, and P as in Paul. Ay, M as in Mary. Yan, hala, di pa kasi ako kumain. So TEAM, and sabi pong ang acronym na yon ay together, that's for T. Ang E po ay everyone. Tapos yung A, achieve, and yung M, more. So if you put them together, TEAM means together, everyone achieve more. O nasaan yung I doon? Nasaan yung ako, myself, and I? Wala, di ba? So yun ang isipin natin. It is important na maintindihan natin na you in a company, whether you're a boss or employee, you need to work together. Yung nga na-create po ang word na teamwork. You're part of that team to do the work for the company to be a better company, to be a very profitable company, to be a very successful company. At hindi po yan nagagawa ng isang tao. It takes the whole department, division, overall the whole company to make such company the best of the best amongst the best, kumbaga. Okay, si Gina Marcos is watching. Hi, Gina. Parang late si Gina today. Mukhang maraming pinagkaabalahan. Gina is the kabutihing asawa ni Edgardo na nakagat ng pusa. Okay? And hopefully you guys are doing well. Okay. Tapos eto pa. Ang maganda lang na one of the thing na nakakatuwa lang talaga dahil nga dito sa problema nito na na-mention natin earlier, natuto silang naging madasalin. Kung nagdadasal sila before, mas madasalin sila ngayon. Dahil nga, collectively, yung mga empleyado, parang yun ang kanilang common denominator. Other than they work for one company, naging common denominator nila na nagkakaproblema sila dito sa lady boss nila. Okay? Tapos, Yung ito maganda rin to, and I hopefully Josephine, I think Josephine Castillo is watching from Katipunan, kasi yun ang take away ko in one of our shows eh. Kasi sabi nga nito, minsan tuloy kino-question nila na parang protected siya ni Lord. Bakit parang yung prayers nila ay hindi naririnig? Yun ang natandaan ko sa sinabi ni Josephine Castillo when it comes to prayer. Ang sabi niya, yung prayers daw may tatlong layers o tatlong ways. Minsan, and I keep using this explanation to people when are being questioned or being asked, bakit parang ang hirap-hirap nilang makuha yung kanilang mga hinihiling. Ang sabi ni Josephine Castillo in one of the shows that we had before, your prayers normally are answered right away, immediate. And there's some prayers na it's delayed. And it's delayed kasi meron pang God is still preparing you for something. May kiniklin pa siya sa sistema mo. Meron pa siyang inaayos sa buhay mo bago niya ibigay yung hinihiling mo. And the third one is prayer unanswered. Hindi sinasagot ang prayer mo not because you're not deserving of an answer, pero the mere fact na hindi sinagot ang prayer mo, yun ang sagot. And why? Bakit hindi sinagot ang dasal mo? It is because overall, in the long run, yung dasal mo, yung hiling mo, yung pinagnunubina mo, hindi binibigay dahil alam ni God na or not the Lord or the powers that be na ina-adore mo, na itong pagbinigay niya sa itong bagay na hinihiling mo, instead na makabuti sa iyo overall, makakasama sa iyo. Pero syempre at that time, ikaw being ikaw yung humihiling, ikaw yung dadasal. 'Di ba may tendency tayo as human na gusto natin sagot agad. Gusto natin agad-agad, everything, fast face, fast food, parang ayan agad. Kaya minsan naiinip tayo. That's why you need to put in your mind, patience is a virtue. Minsan talagang mag-iintay ka sa sagot. And itong pag hindi binibigay sa yung sagot at hindi pa ikaw ina-answer agad, not that hindi ka niya naririnig. Naririnig ka niya at alam niya ang dapat gawin. So you need to trust. You need to make your faith bigger than your fear. Huwag kang matakot. Kasi alam mo, tiwala lang na ito, agot, ito yung sasabihin ko sa'yo. Always remember, yung dasal natin, naririnig, yung dasal mo, naririnig yan eh. Just take time, be patient. Hindi naman lahat, every day is a new day. Sabi mo nga kanina, lagi pag may bukas, may pag-asa. So you never know. Malay mo in the process na tong si Lady Boss on the process of weighing out. Maybe malay mo nag-a-apply siya. We don't know. Hindi naman niya sinishare sa atin. Hindi naman sinishare sa iyo. So you just keep holding into the promise that well-protected ka naman. Always look at the overall picture of what the good Lord has done for you or to you. So may mga bagay-bagay talaga na minsan wala talagang immediate na sagot. So yun, continue lang, plug on. O si Josephine Castillo, hey Josephine, I was just talking about you. So yun, just continue praying at continue praying for the Lady Boss para maging lumambot ang puso niya, maging respectful siya, maging tunay na leader siya ng ating ng inyong kumpanya. So importante 'yon. When I say atin, I was referring po kasi masyadong interesting ang Philippine election at ito nga May 9 like I mentioned earlier, importante po 'yon. So pagpili ng liderato, let's not go with the personality. Hindi po ito beauty contest or popularity contest. Whatever you decide on May 9 to be your leader, the future leader that will guide and will be sila yung mga taong gabay o magiging haligi ng pagpapatupad, paggawa ng mga batas. It is important that we think of the overall picture. Alaranin natin, may time pa po, there's still 8 days. Kung sa hindi pa nakakaboto naman sa overseas Filipinos, learn what are their platforms, ano ba ang kanilang foreign policy for the Filipinos abroad. Ano yung stand nila sa overseas Filipino workers? Ano yung stand nila sa abortion? Ano yung stand nila sa China? ano ang stand nila sa US relations, anong stand nila sa yung corruption, anong stand nila sa mga bagay na it affects not only you but also the future of your kids, especially po na kahit dual ka, you're still a Filipino. Kung namang naturalized naturalized ka o immigrant ka, nag-citizen ka, always remember, lumingin ko sa iyong pinanggalingan. Kahit na nag-iba ka ng citizenship, you were once a Filipino. Sabi nga nila, you can take the Filipinos away from the Philippines, but you cannot take the Filipino-ness from the Filipinos away from them. Meaning, maalis mo yung tao sa Pilipinas, pero yung kanyang pag-ugaling kulturang Pinoy, na andyan yan. It is etched nasa mga puso ng bawat Pilipino, regardless kung nagpaiba na po sila ng kanilang citizenship. Filipinos will always Filipinos and will always gonna be proud to be Filipinos. Yun po. Yan! Naku! Yun! Ang ganda ng tinalakay natin, and a lot of you, I know, are listening in or tuning in. So, yun po ang ating advice. Agot, hopefully, maraming salamat sa pagpapadala mo ng letter mo. It is so timely. At doon po sa mga na-miss itong show, because today po, now ay na-miss ko tuloy yung iba ating mga regular who are watching. Today po is a holiday, supposedly, Sunday po ngayon sa Pilipinas. It's May 1, it's Labor Day, Mayo 1. So, ang expectation po, according to some people, may mga rally-rally around area po because it's Labor Day or Mayo 1 po dito sa Pilipinas. So yun, with that being said, again, walang humpay na pasasalamat, unceasing gratitude and thank you for your continued support, not only of Dear Kuya Josh Ate Jen's show, but also my show, it's Ate Jen's show. I believe it's Bahay Negosyo at iba pa. And also my other show na Alam Mo Ba with Josh Anowit. And last but of course not the least, yung a lot of our PHLV radio shows po. Maraming salamat for your continued support at sa panonood, pakikinig, at pagre-review at pagre-replay po ng mga show. It means a lot to us, especially when you share our shows to other people na hindi po because of the time zone and that time slot, they are not able to share with us the things that they need. They share or to watch us or to listen to us on our time slot. So maraming salamat po for your continued support. Maraming salamat po for watching us, viewing us on a weekly basis at yung iba naman po daily basis. So maraming salamat. And before I end the show, I always tell our viewers and listeners, be kind. You can never go wrong with kindness. And any act of kindness that you do to people will always come back to you in so many ways, in different occasions. Yun po ang inyong paniwalaan, inyo po ang paghawakan. So to everybody, have a wonderful Sunday if you're in the Philippines. And if you are in the US or other parts of the world, magandang araw po sa inyo. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Have a wonderful week ahead and God bless us all. Good night po, good morning, good evening, and God bless us all. Bye-bye po. And see you next week.
Just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PHLV.